Alright guys, Cons here, bringing you episode 1 of FTL. So, FTL is a sci-fi roguelike. You start with one ship. We'll be playing as the Kestrel in this episode. You do get other ships to choose from as you unlock them as you go through, so I have most of the ships unlocked, bar 2, so the unidentified cruiser and the rock ship. Then on the ships, you have different loadout choices for when you complete the missions. Well, yeah, when you complete the missions to get the new loadout or layout. We'll just be going with the vanilla Kestrel. It starts off with a Burst Laser Mark II, which requires 2 power. Power is a system that you spec into, and then it just gives you more power to your ship, which is pretty good. So it requires 2 power, 12-second charge time, shots per charge is 3, it does 1 normal damage and has a low chance to start fires. Then we have the Artemis, which is a standard missile launcher on most Federation ships, requires 1 power, charge time of 11 seconds, requires missile, which we'll get into in a little bit, does 2 damage per shot and can get through 5 shields. It has a low fire chance, low breach chance and low stun chance. These things we will get into as we go through the game, and we're also going to be playing the advanced edition and the content is enabled. So we'll just start with it basic. We'll just start with the Kestrel as the Kestrel, and then we have 3 crew members to start. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch you. Okay, tip, choices. Results of most choices have multiple outcomes. You can never be sure what will happen. Amazing. And so this is our ship. We're going to save the people in their locations that they are. So we have the engines here. Weapons are the 2 little bombs. Shields are, well, it's the shield looking symbol, and then we have the bridge. Yet again, we'll get into these as and when they come up, so I can give you a better explanation. But having people man them gives you an advantage to it. So having people in your weapons means you shoot quicker. Having people in your weapons, people shoot quicker. Having someone in your engines will make you have a higher evade, which is super useful. And then when you're in the bridge, it means you can do an FTL jump in combat once it's recharged. So yet again, super useful. So we're going to jump to a sector. So what I'm thinking is if we go up and then across and down, even though we're going to be cutting it super tight because the pursuing fleet will catch us, and if they catch us we're in a lot of trouble. So you detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. So we're going to intervene to defend the outpost or avoid contact. We're going to go for the fight because I always like having a good old scrap. Detecting the higher threat, the automated ship moves to engage your ship. So this ship is using drones, so it's got like a combat drone that's going to fly around and just like plink away at our shields, which is pretty annoying. And then it's got an ion cannon as well. That ion cannon is super good against shields because if it hits our shields, it's going to do the normal damage that it will do when it hits the shield, so that's 1. And then it'll also have an ion effect on our shields, so then our shields will be down, and then this little combat drone is going to be able to shoot through and start causing some rather annoying damage to our system. So as you can see, we are just about quick enough, our shield regen is just about quick enough to be able to prevent it getting through. So we're taking their weapon system out now. What we're going to do is we're going to aim for the drone system. So hopefully their drone will be offline, but it's not, it's still going. And then we're going to use the Artemis and we're going to hit their shields. If we take their shields out, our burst laser is going to be able to do more damage. So there we go, their ship is destroyed. Nice and simple. So we got the salvage from the last fight, but because we've saved the outpost hails you after the scout was destroyed. Thanks for the help. We're being harassed non-stop by these scouts. Take this on the house. So we get free fuel 1 drone part and 15 scrap, which is definitely appreciated. Then we're going to carry on with our course. Okay. A rebel space station and single fighter is monitoring this beacon for Federation activity. A number of civilian ships are docked, awaiting inspection by the rebels and possible detainment if they are Federation loyalists. The rebels haven't noticed you yet. Fend for yourself, attack and escape. Bribe the rebels to release the civilian ships. Shut down all non-vital systems to stay hidden. I would like to do the fend for yourself, attack and escape, but I think bribe the rebels to release the civilian ships might trigger something. Like most rebels, these are just men trying to get by in a rough galaxy. They take your scrap and let everyone continue their journeys. Contact the civilian ships. One of the civilian oh wow, okay, reading. One of the civilian ships quietly teleports over a crate of Federation military supplies. So we get 1 fuel, 1 drone part and 9 scrap. So that was across the board, that was a gain for us. So quite happy with that outcome. Would have liked the scrap, but can't get everything. A pirate ship was laying in wait inside the asteroid field. It immediately moves into attack. Okay, so this is a Mantis ship, and right here they have a teleporter. So there's a pretty good chance they're going to try and teleport over enemies onto our ship to attack us. They do have a missile launcher that looks like an Artemis, and I believe a charge ion cannon. So we're going to have to try and hit their weapon systems as hard as we can, try and take them out. Okay, yeah, see, they've teleported in a rockman here. No, we will not accept surrender. We've taken their weapons offline. Now we're going to hit their shields. We'll let that guy just carry on for a little bit. Okay, maybe that was a big mistake. We'll fight the rockman. We'll move matey boy across to try and heal up the medibay. And yeah, we need those shields online because we're just going to get peppered by the asteroid field. Yeah, this was a definite mistake on my part. Let's move the other guy in. Once our shields are online, we'll be fine in this asteroid field. That won't be a massive issue. But until then, we're just going to continuously take damage. So our hull is getting pretty mashed up. We're down to 75%, which isn't good by any means. We'll get everything else repaired up. Get my matey healed. So Layla, get healed up, then get anyone else that is damaged into the medibay and send everyone else back to their combat positions. And make sure I have my burst laser online. So we need to wait until our FTL drive has loaded, which has this time, and now we're going to jump to another sector. So we're going to go back on ourselves a little bit, because we should have time to cover more ground this way. Aid the civilian ship. Okay. So we're against the Zoltan ship, and the Zoltan ship have like super shields, which means that missiles can't get through them, and nor could we teleport in to attack them. So what we're going to do is we are just going to use the Artemis to try and take out their shields, and then we're going to use the burst cannon to focus down their weapon system. But we missed, which is a little bit annoying. Not the end of the world. Okay, so their shields are offline, their weapons are still online, which is a little bit annoying. But hopefully we've taken out their shields. Yeah, so now their shields and weapons are both offline. We'll turn the Artemis off because we want to conserve rockets because we only have 2 left. And we'll just launch a volley into the bridge. And we win. The pirate ship breaks apart. You hasten to contact the civilian ship. Okay, so we got from that 1 fuel, 1 drone part, 17 scrap. And then from the civilian ship, Apparently, the ship was being assaulted was a science vessel. They thank you for saving them and offer a small reward. So we got 2 fuel, 1 drone part, and 19 scrap from that. Which, if I could put 2 points into power, and these 2 points in power means I'm going to be able to put. Well, I've got 1 extra point in engines now, so we're going to have better evade. Then I've got a spare to get the Artemis, and then 1 surplus on top of that. So if we find a nice big shiny weapon, we should be able to install that, or I can go for extra shields. Okay, so this is their drone that they're using. It's an enemy combat drone, anti-combat drone. Shoots to stun and possibly destroy your combat drones. Can be shut down by damaging the enemy ship drone system. So if we had drones and we launched them at their ship, that thing will try to engage them. So they've got 2 lasers, which would will give us a very bad time because they'll be able to get through the shield. Like without any issue, they'd get through our shield and then be able to do hull damage. And I think they do about 2 damage a shot. They're going to have faster rate of fire than us. So, oh no, that's not going to work. What you can do is you can open the ship so you can get all the oxygen out, and getting the oxygen out starves the fires. Issue being that they've destroyed my O2 producer, or my O2 facility. So yeah, I'd be able to put the fires out through starving it, but then I'd have to put my guys in there, and they'd probably suffocate trying to fight the fire. So I'm going to need to run my 2 guys in and hope they can put out the fire nice and quick. Don't need the Artemis online anymore. And then fix that oxygen, and then I'm going to run them into the medi bay. Okay, so the shields are offline, their weapons have taken a bit of a damage. The weapons are now back online, so we're going to have to engage the weapon systems again. But where they haven't got shields on, I don't need to worry about their shots being blocked. Well, my shots being blocked by their shields is probably more appropriate. And then the next salvo comes through, should just be able to get through and then wipe out the ship. Yeah, perfect. So we got 2 fuel, 2 missiles, and 19 scrap. So we've now got 59 scrap, which is pretty good. We are taking a bit of a kick in. And I think I just went the wrong way. Okay, it's a nice quiet sector. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have everyone go into the medi bay to heal up. Because if you lose one of your guys, that's them gone. Unless you're using a cloning bay, which I don't have at the moment. So trying to keep my guys alive is worthwhile. Also, you guys improve. So if they do one system for a long time, they'll get better at that. Oh no, I did go the right way. I think we're going to be greedy, go low, and then go high, and hopefully we can do it quick enough that we'll get to the exit point before the rebel fleet catches us. Because if that rebel fleet catches up with us, we're not in a serious amount of trouble, but it's not a fight you want because you only get 1 fuel. So if you're in the scrap with them, you're not getting any loot. Okay, so they got an ion and a laser beam. Which is a little bit annoying, so my shields are offline. Get the Artemis to firing against their weapon system. That should buy me a little bit of time. Now we go back, repair our weapon system, and then we're going to aim for their shields. I've only got 1 missile left now, which I definitely should have saved. That was a waste of a missile. So their weapons are offline. That laser isn't a threat to us because it can't pierce our shields at the moment. But with the use of the iron cannon with it, the iron cannon can take out our shields, and then the laser can go through, well, the beam can go through and damage up our ship. Okay, so we've got 2 fuel, 1 missile, 15 scrap. The pirate ship breaks apart, you hasten to contact the civilian ship. It seems the crew did not survive the assault, you take what you can from the remains of the ship. So then we've got 3 more fuel, 1 more missile, and 8 scrap. So we actually are looking really, really good at the moment. So what I've done is I invested into an extra power, and then into another 2 shields. For every 2 shields that you invest into, you get 1 extra shield. So now we're on 2 shields, so it's going to be quite difficult for a lot of things to pierce through. We haven't come across a ship so far that can pierce through 2 shields. So we're going to intervene and defend the outpost. You detect a rebel scout on an attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. Intervene to defend the outpost. The rebel responds to your friend, I don't know who you are, but no one defies the rebel fleet. They move in to engage. So, yeah, again, they got an Artemis which can pierce our shields, which is always going to be an issue. So plan's going to be to focus down their weapon systems, try to take their weapon systems out, so so they can't fire at us. Their weapon systems down. We're going to now focus on shields. We do have a breach, so we're going to send these 2 guys in to try and fix the breach, because what a breach does is just takes the oxygen out of the room. If there's no oxygen, people take damage, and obviously I've still got to fix up my shields. Keep an eye on these guys so they don't starve to death, suffocate, because that'd be a bad time. And then we'll put them back into med bay, and then shields are down, so we're going to go back to focusing onto their weapon systems. Actually, we're going to go on the shields, because the shields seem to be being repaired up quicker than the weapons. And then we'll get A1 back to where they're meant to be. And that's our ship down. That went alright. 1 missile, 1 drone part, 12 scrap, and then we got 2 fuel and 15 scrap from the outpost. Okay, they expected a free service just because they defeated the Federation. Take this for the help. So, not too bad. Let's be greedy, let's go low, and then try to get as much as we can out of this system. Let's explore the asteroid belt. Okay, you discover the remains of a ship embedded into an asteroid. It still has some functional missiles. So 3 missiles, 19 scrap. Again, pretty tasty. I'm not going to complain about that. You reckon this ship has a well-known slave trader. He hails you and offers you labourers for cheap. Buy 1 slave and free them to join your crew. Attack the slaver scum, or ignore the slaver and continue on your way. We got 6 missiles. Let's attack them. Sometimes if you attack the slaver ships, when they take a bunch of damage, they will send someone over as like a tribute, so we could get a free slave. I mean, worst case scenario, we take out the ship and we get a slave anyway, so yeah, buddy. We're going to take Debbie. So Debbie's an NG. NGs are really good at repairing things. And then we'll also put Debbie onto our shield, so then our shields will repair quicker. And we also got to get this oxygen sorted so we don't suffocate. That would be a pretty bad way to go. NGs are have double repair speed, but they do sweet all in combat. So you don't want them on your front line. That's you're asking for a bad time if you try to have them fighting. I mean, they've still got 100 health, so they can still tank a little bit, but not particularly well. Once everyone's in those positions, we'll save their positions. And now we'll just move to the next area. Okay, so this is going to be the last one before we have to make our way to the exit. A pirate ship was laying in wait inside the asteroid field. It immediately moves to attack. Okay, it's going to be weapons again. Actually, I reckon 1 on weapons, 1 on shields, because the asteroids are going to start causing them some serious issues. They've taken our sensors offline, which isn't a massive issue. A little bit annoying, but that's not the end. Cool. Ship's destroyed, nice and quick. The asteroid's done extra damage to the ship because the shields are down. So we are looking good there. We'll go repair our sensor system up. And we've got enough shields that we can survive in this asteroid field without being taken out. Which is pretty tasty. We're going to need to go exit. And the rebel fleet is here. Okay. So you got a flat cannon, which is a little bit annoying, and they got a charged blaster. But the Artemis, I'm going to have to shoot at their shields because I cannot get through two shields like reliably, so I'm going to have to use the Artemis to fire through to try to disable their shield. Yeah, well, we missed. Thankfully they missed quite a lot as well, but we're taking a bit of damage. That flat cannon though, if it hits, we are in trouble. Didn't connect properly, so we're alright. We're also being shot by the enemy fleet. My Artemises are flying. Why are you off? Oh, I'm out of missiles. Okay, we have taken out their weapon systems, but their shields are now back online. Thankfully they got a fire in their weapon system, it would appear, so that's taking damage, and then we're just going to have to carry on focusing down their shields because trying to get through is going to be annoying. We're also being shot up by the fleet. I mean, this might actually be it. Didn't even get out the system, man. I just got too greedy. Way too greedy. ABS lock. ASB lock, not ABS. That's something completely different. Alright, and that is that's episode 1 of the Kestrel done and over. we didn't do very well in that one. I got to work on my faster than light skills, it would appear. So this is a new thing I'm trying out, so it's live commentary whilst I'm playing the game. I'd like to know your feedback and your thoughts on it, if this works for you. And if so, if you'd like to see more, just let me know in the comment sections below. So thank you very much for watching. I have been Konzi, and I'll catch you on the next one.